Hello, sweetheart. Hello guys, Russ Krachun here, and in this video I would like to share with you subject what we actually as a horse owner facing the challenge when horse cannot stay still, just randomly can't stay still all the time, leaning towards you, wants to come towards you. And final goal about this video, actually when we connect to horse with horsemanship, halter and rope, why horse all the time? When we working in hand communication, lunging horse, left and right direction, why horse all the time leaning towards us? When we stopping actually and stay still, horse continue travel towards us. And another problem what we facing challenge when horse start to lunge, horse not crossing shoulders, stepping away, and continue travel left direction or right direction, whatever you ask your horse to travel. Horse first of all step forward, couple steps or one step. Horse actually leaning towards you, and after start to travel and crowd your space, cutting corners. So in this video I would like to share with you my philosophy and methods actually from discovered philosophy methodology around pain, what kind of missing link we have with our horses and what actually causing this miscommunication. So horse truly not understand communication with you when horse allowed to stay still, when horse allowed to come towards you, when horse have to travel forward motion immediately without leaning towards you. And when horse staying still, horse have to stay still and keep this distance, like right now, like Chica, keep this distance between you and horseman. Reason behind all this education, because we having the methods and we follow the routine and sequence of the methods all the time. But young horses or even older horses, if we skip the link and we was not consistent in our education, then horse mentally start to fall apart. When horse mentally start to fall apart, when horse start to mentally fall apart, then we as a human start to fall apart. If you remember all the time when I'm sharing with you, I always repeat you and all the time repeating you and saying everything what we do in round pen, we have invisible. Pay please attention what I'm saying right now because it's a critical important. Because if you understand sequence of the methods, they exist and they connect to each other. So if we're not going to have sequence of the methods, then, and we're not going to be consistent with these methods, then horse going to start to fall apart and we're going to start to fall apart. So what I'm saying all the time, everything what we're doing with our horses in a round pen, we have invisible, please again I'm going to come back and repeat, we have invisible lunge line in our hands between horse and horseman. Everything what you done in a round pen, everything what you done in a round pen with your horse, that's what's going to show your communication between you and horse when you actually going to connect with your horse in your halter, horsemanship halter and horsemanship rope. All missing links, they're going to start to show up. And then we're going to apply physical pressure to dominate the horse with frustration, and the horse is going to be frustrated. So in my opinion, round pen, it's a mirror, it's actually mirror on our education in the future education with our horses. Everything what we see in here, everything what we done here, it's going to show in the future what we done with our horses. Why horses cannot stay still, why horses don't have a patience, why horses leaning towards us, why horses cannot travel forward motion, why horses not understand differences between come to you and stay away from you, why horses when start travel forward motion they're leaning inside, and I can continue on and on. Why horses without balance and coordination, why horses not understand speed control, walk, trot, and lope, why horses cannot stay in a cross tie when you walk behind the horse, why we're not educating horses be confident in the round pen from the front end and from the hind end, why we cannot educate horse to face in a round pen with hind quarters. So all this reason what I'm telling you right now, and I call my first level from foundation program, I call Discover Philosophy Methodology in Round Pen. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to repeat again. It's going to be like a broken record, but I did not discover round pen education. It was discovered before I even born. But I discovered my own philosophy in round pen, and I discover, again, very important I'm saying, my methods in round pen, what connect to the future education. Because if I'm gonna just travel and run horse, if I'm gonna just teach horse run in round pen, left and right direction, and after come towards me, in my opinion, as a horseman, that's absolutely worthless. It's a pointless. Because I cannot put halter on the horse, I have to sneak my energy, I cannot put saddle on the first time, horse back and run away from me, horse cannot stay still, and etc. So again, that's just philosophy. So let's see how the methods, actually methods from the round pen, will gonna connect to the in-hand communication when we connect with halter and rope. But before methods, it's very important to have a philosophy. Try to understand reason behind why we're doing and what reason behind the methods, how this method is going to help me in the future. Okay? So I'm going to introduce horse today. We're using more energy, energy, energy. Don't chew more energy. Walk away, please, from the tools. So today I want to introduce horse what we're using today. That's a Chica. Her name is Chica. She's registered quarter horse. She's going to be a horse for 2023 versatility horses. But at the same time, I bought this mare for myself because she is from Plain Stylish, her grandfather, and you can find her on my page and etc. So again, point, not allowed, come to me, energy, energy, more energy, step away from me. Okay, so you can find this horse, about this horse, pedigree, etc. in my page. But prime example right here, she is a 1.5-year-old, and why I choose Chica for this video. This horse very, very confident, nothing bothering her in the world. You can explode grenade in this arena and she's gonna stay still. Oh, that's nice. She's gonna stay still and nothing gonna happen. Okay, so she all the time wants to come to you. She all the time wants to be your friend. She's not noisy horse, she's not nippy, she's not scratching you with her lips, but she all the time wants to be beside you. And that's a number one horses like this. That's the reason why I'm choosing her. Horses like this today, they're staying right here. Tomorrow they're going to do one more step, another step, and another step, and eventually she's going to end up where she wants to be. Okay? Where she wants to be. All this what I'm saying right now, that's a mirror, invisible lunge line, communication between me and horse in the future lunging. So if I'm gonna, right here, right now, from the first second in the round pen, I'm gonna give her opportunity to come to me whatever she wants to come to me. I'm creating confusing animal. Because eventually, if I'm gonna allow her to come to you, what eventually I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say, please step away from me, please step away from me. So that's right here, right now, miscommunication. In my opinion, miscommunication between horseman and horse. You allow to animal come to you whatever animal come to you because it feels so good, a sweet girl and everything, lovey-dovey. But eventually, you're going to start to bite my head. You're going to scratch my shoulders. Eventually, you're going to start to bite. Eventually, you're going to push me. And then it's going to go on and on and on and on. Then, I'm going to start to drive away from me, this horse. Then I'm going to create confusing animal because she's going to start to afraid my energy. Okay? So, I'm going to talk about this, all this through the lesson, so you can truly understand why horse truly have to stay still when I ask you to stay still, and why horse truly have to come to me, and how this will going to transfer to enhance communication. In the same time, I'm going to share with you today all techniques how to use your body, how to use your energy. In the previous videos you also can learn that. So horse have to understand my body language, okay? To travel forward motion. That's the first step, because we're going to take this method and we're going to transfer to enhance communication. Okay? So remember, I talk a lot about sequence of the physical movement. First of all, point. So horse have to understand. If horse not understand freely right now, like this, without the halt and a rope, to travel forward motion, that's going to be exactly the same in enhanced communication, in the lunge line. Then we're going to start to use the whip. Then we're going to start to go forward of the horse. So horse who truly have to understand my presence, my energy, understand travel forward motion. That's number one. So we're going to take everything step by step and transfer to enhanced communication. So right now, exactly right here, right now. So if horse going to start to travel forward motion, I cannot concentrate immediately, step away from me, your shoulders, and stop forward motion. Because what's going to happen, I'm not sending proper signal horse. I'm just going forward with all my energy and saying, please travel forward motion. That's not education, that's domination. So I have to give animal opportunity, I have to give my animal opportunity to understand my body language. So when I point, we first of all learn this, right? With previous videos. First of all, point. Okay, after voice command, if horse not listen, then we're going with our energy till horse going to start to travel forward motion. Okay? Energy, it's very important. Point, all your shoulders, leaning forward. You're sitting on your knee. You clock, you sending your body forward, then you apply your energy. Okay, energy can be aggressive, energy can be consistent, energy can be very dominant. Okay? So you have to understand which energy you have to use with your horse. But again, I come back and I'm going to repeat again. If you don't spend time, it's not going to happen today, tomorrow, in the first hour. It's going to take time till horse will going to understand this. But when horse going to understand this mentally, and after transfers his brain to the physics, it's going to be much easier for animal to perform in the future progress of education and the future methods. But if again, I'm going to come back and repeat it again. If I'm going to go right now and say, continue travel forward motion, that's a mirror of my education, invisible lunge line, what's going to happen. I'm looking in the future, in this mirror. I see myself in this mirror. That's exactly what's going to happen in enhanced communication when I'm going to lunge. Then horse going to start to pull. Then horse going to start to vary up. Then I'm going to eat dirt with my face in the ground because horse is going to pull me, okay? So why horse going to do that? Because horse going to use surviving instinct. Horse mental not understand what you desire. Horse will going to perform by escaping from the pressure, by using, from discomfort to using surviving instinct. Nothing to it. So we're going to right now practice on this. So first of all, point. Now energy. Travel forward motion. How long I have to apply energy? How long I have to keep my hand? How long I have to clock? Till till horse gonna start to travel forward motion. And now I'm gonna stay with my horse. Very important, another thing. If we're gonna imagine line right here, right now, okay? Right here, that's line to the center. It's pretty crooked. That's a horse shoulder, okay? This pose of the round pen, this joint where two panels connect to each other. If I'm gonna stand in front of the horse gonna go outside, turn outside. And I explain this a lot too. The way how I'm working with horses, I stay all the time 45 degrees towards the shoulders, not behind the hips. Because if I'm gonna stay behind the hips, again, I'm driving horse right here, right now, with fear, nothing to it, okay? I'm driving horse with fear to travel forward motion, okay? And it's very, very hard to achieve. I have to give my horse opportunity to understand what I want. So I point how long I have to stay on this position till horse can travel forward. I have to read the energy, okay? I have to read her ears, her shoulder, if she's leaning forward. If I see whole muscles of the horse, I pay attention to all this. If I see all muscles of the horse completely dead, she not moving nothing, she not flick the tail, she not flick the ear, nothing move, then I'm gonna start to increase, okay? And when energy gonna start to travel forward motion, then I immediately release. Because if I'm gonna continue, or pay attention, if I apply energy, enough continue going forward with this energy, continue travel. Pay attention to the nose, pay attention to the ears, pay attention to the tail. It's a surviving instinct, okay? It's not relaxation in the stomach, it's not a relaxation in the neck, it's not a relaxation in the tail. It's just traveling because somebody driving you forward, okay? So that's a number one step to transfer to in-hand communication. You have to develop your skills first of all. I have on my YouTube channel previous video about how to develop your skills, travel forward motion, so please watch that. It's gonna help a lot to you to understand how to use your stick proper way, how to use your knees, how to use your shoulders, how to teach your horse travel forward motion. So my first body language, because again, it's everything we're gonna transfer to the lunge line, in-hand communication, because we're going to connect with our hands. So first of all, point, point, point. Horse not understand. Ears go forward, not understand. Energy, neck going forward. More energy, continue travel. So now, point, energy, point, energy, point, energy, point, energy. And we're going to stop check. So, say for example, horse confusing you all the time when you educate a young horse, because they're going to do exactly the same education in hand communication. You see, step forward. I said no, step backwards. Okay? So anytime I'm going to allow this animal to lean forward towards me, that's going to be in the stall, that's going to be beside the gate, that's going to be in the cross tie, that's going to be in a round pen. You're going to stay beside the horse to mount the horse. Horse going to travel forward toward everything. Horse, when you're teaching him, that's your in round pen. That's a mirror of your problems in the future, or not problems. Okay. So let's come back, because it was good example what we have to do in particular moment. So say, for example, you teach young horse to travel forward motion. First, you have to cross shoulders, and sometimes you have to exaggerate with young horses. Go all the way if you have to do different side. So say, for example, you point, you voice command, and horse not travel forward motion. I call this wall, imaginary wall, okay? So if I point, because I'm going to do exactly the same in hand communication, in lunge line. So I have to use my previous tools, my methods, my skills in a future education. If I'm not going to develop this here, I'm just going to swing the rope and go with whip after horse. That's what here, that's going to be exactly the same in hand communication. So if I point, say for example, point, horse not going forward, I apply energy, and horse lean in different direction, right? It's imagine wall, energy, wall, continue travel. So I teach my horse, this way you're not allowed travel forward motion. And I leaning with my body language towards the horse. If horse not responding to my cue, I increasing my energy towards the animal. And that's why I took the Chica for this lesson. She's 1.5-year-old colt, and she on my education right now. So she's very relaxed animal, and it was very hard for me physically to teach a travel forward motion. And exactly, I stay probably for a week right here, and point, and energy. And again, you see, not very good response, still not very good response. Because remember I talk about consistent and consistently? Please pay attention again, consistent and consistently. We're going to transfer again to your in-hand communication, your bridle work, your lunging. If horse not going to travel, I'm going to explain your reason behind this. If horse not going to travel immediately what you ask, freely, without rope and halter, horse will going to travel in a lunge line immediately? No. We're going to apply a lot of pressure. What's going to happen? Or swing the rope, adrenaline going to rise, fear going to exist, surviving instinct going to exist, horse going to pull, horse going to run. So that's again mirror of our education in the round pen. Say for example, horse is traveling, stopping, again, traveling, stopping. In the round pen, they're going to do it consistently. They're not travel consistently around you. So that's again your mirror of your education in the round pen and in hand communication. They're going to do exactly the same in the lunge line. Exactly the same. If horse going to lean inside and outside and travel and zigzag beside the panel, they're going to do exactly the same in the lunge line. We're going to get to this. So now we have to work on consistent and consistently, okay? So again, I'm going to point. That's consistent. So she went, I point, more energy, and I'm going to stay with her. Again, you see what she's doing? She changed now. I'm going to say more energy. She's going to do exactly the same in hand communication. You will see that. So I have to be very consistent with her, continue work with her, continue travel. You see what she's doing? She wants to stop. I said, no energy. My energy, I release my energy. Again, right here, and I'm going to stop my horse, okay? So you can, if I will work by myself right here, right now, I probably going to spend good 5 minutes till I'm going to see this fluid forward motion. I'm just going to give you ideas what we're going to face a challenge and how to fix that challenge for ourselves and why we have to go all the way back and accomplish the previous education. So again, right here, right now, you see young horses, he can stay still. She said, that's enough. I'm not interested anymore. Said, come back, please fix your shoulders, right here, and stay still. So I'm very consistent with my cues with my horses from young age, so they have to truly memorize this, and they have a discipline, okay, with education. So we took a first step. So horse have to understand travel consistent and consistent forward motion, understand body language and voice communication, because that's what we're going to transfer to hand communication, and we have to develop our own skills, okay, that's what we will. So a lot of times when we teach young horse to travel, I'm going to give examples. So say for example, I'm not going to use my body language, not my voice command. I'm going to try to make a mistake. But you see how she's stepping, she already learned, she's stepping away from me. So if I'm going to say travel forward motion, you see what's happening right now? Wrong body language, wrong, not shoulders, not energy. Horses start to lean inside. Horse is going to travel right here. Horse is going to start to travel right here, and etc. That's again going to transfer to in-hand communication. I'm going to give you an idea a little bit about the footing. Why horses lean inside? First, number one, horses lean inside because horses not develop balance and coordination. Because this circle, it's a 60-foot circle, it's a straight line, never end. Goal in the first step, discover philosophy, methodology, and round pen, to teach horse travel in the forward motion beside the panel. When you're going to take a drone and you're going to look from the top on the horse going to be arched like that in a rib cage. Horse going to use inside, if horse going to travel to the left, horse going to use inside left leg much deeper and reach much deeper with left shoulder. She's going to engage left side of your body and stretch right side of your body. Exactly the same to the right. If horse going to travel to the right, if you're going to take a drone, you're going to see horse going to stretch outside body, engage inside body, use right side much deeper, and use much more physical abilities in the right side than left side. If you're going to take a drone and going to see horse going to travel in a circle, leaning here, and if you're going to take a slow motion and take a microscope and look directly on the horse body, you will see horse going to be arch, horse going to stretch. Be straight, horse going to arch, horse going to stretch. So anytime horse leaning inside, that's a dressage for you, okay? When horse going to lean and not travel directly, horse will not going to beside the panel, horse will never going to develop balance and coordination. That's again, we're going to transfer to in-hand communication, and again, we're going to have problem in the lunge line. And we're going to start to drive horse forward with our hands and step away from us. That's we're going to transfer to the gate, that's we're going to transfer to the stall, and etc. Because again, you not develop consistency between the horse. You're not developing mental abilities, you not develop physical abilities. So how you teach the horse to stay beside the panel? If I'm going to take a horse right now and say continue travel like a Mad Max, forward motion, pay attention how she travel. Anytime she's going to lean inside, we're going to try to find where she's going to lean inside, forward, 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 forward. Okay, my horses don't lean inside. Yeah, sure, for sure. Okay. So if we're going to lean inside, say for example, say right here, and I'm going to start to drive you forward from me with my energy, I create again anxiety. I create, again, the horse moving away because it's pressure. I'm going to come back and I'm going to explain you something again and come back and we're learning from horses, how horses communicate between each other. That's great. Horses can communicate between each other with pressure and release, kick each other, bite each other, and etc. Horses never ask, I come back and say, each other for specific physical movement with balance and coordination. They're dominating and communicating and loving each other with body language, with pressure, with fear, with domination, with love, and etc. We are wants. Why are we doing all that? Because what our final goal? Our final goal to have balanced and coordinated horse under saddle. Doesn't matter. It's a side pass, stop, travel in a straight line, trot, lop, walk. That's our final goal. We're asking for specific physical movement horse. Okay? So another reason why horse is going to start to lean inside, footing. Okay? You're gonna work with your horse on the grass. Horse gonna find dangerous spot. And horse gonna lean, and in academy I explain this a lot. In theory, I explain about footing. If horse gonna find dangerous or slippery spot, wet grass, or uncomfortable spot in the sand even, horse gonna start to avoid this spot. You're gonna start to fix this spot. You're gonna create anxiety again. So you have to consider also not only why horse, no, not better, why say. So horse lean inside and I'm going to teach you. You have to actually open your mind and think why she's leaning inside. Okay? Why she leaning inside? Why she not travel forward motion? And maybe we're going to start to find the problem. So if horse leaning inside, how are we going to fix that? Turn outside. How are we using? We're going to move shoulder away from us. And sometimes when horse travel all the way, travel around, and horse leaning inside, you might have to say, please move forward, all the way forward, outside, completely. Move your shoulder outside. Move your shoulder outside, and immediately release, okay? So horse truly have to understand to move and stay beside the panel. So how are you going to use your body language? Forward motion, forward motion. When horse going to turn outside, you're going to switch your shoulder. Pay attention on my body. That's forward. That's, pay attention my legs. Forward, forward, outside. Forward, forward, outside. Because from this position, I can go towards the shoulders, okay? So in this particular moment, I was very dominant to my animal. And that's might going to happen to you when you have to step over this limit of communication with your horse, because some horse is going to just lean and lean and lean, and they're not going to accept your cue. So sometimes you have to step over this communication, step over, put a lot of energy there, so horse will going to accept your communication, accept your leadership. Okay? But say, for example, if I go forward motion, energy, you see, completely ignoring. I say more, 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 more. More, 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 continue again, more, more. And that's what's going to happen with this young colts, okay? So staying with shoulders. And we're going to say, pretend she leaning forward motion. I'm going to say a little bit more energy, pick up your speed, be serious a little bit. So if I have to move the shoulders completely away from me, I'm going to change and set move the shoulders. When shoulders going to lean to the gate, to the panel, I'm going to immediately release. So this way, so all the time, that's what we're going to transfer to in-hand communication. Anytime horse lunging and leaning, lunging, lunging, lunging forward, the sense say, step outside, step outside. So we're going to practice today this. So move your shoulders away from it. Don't come to me. Because I'm going to say again, if I'm going to say like this, put this energy. You see, I don't teach shoulders. I don't develop balance and coordination. I'm not developing this. Because right here, horse not ignore my energy completely. Okay, horse going to just speed up and get upset. So if I'm going to travel forward motion, I'm going to say now, change the shoulders. You see how shoulders moving very close to the panel? Forward motion, again, forward motion, energy, 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 energy. So all the time, right here, again, shoulders to the panel, continue travel. So I'm going to work right now on this. Forward motion, now more energy, more energy, more energy, more energy. Continue travel, now shoulders, shoulders, shoulders. That's much better. Forward motion, forward motion. So that's a turn outside. We're using, anytime she leaning towards me, I'm going to say, please keep your shoulders towards the panel. And I'm going to stop her and let her stay still. So when I'm going to work like this with horse in round pen, she developing already communication with me, understand she have to stay far away from me, because if she's going to travel on zigzag, that's what's going to transfer to in-hand communication. So she already understand to stay far away from me. We talk a lot about this, respect my space. That's respect my space for you right here, right now. Okay? So again, I come back and I explain. If I just going to pick up the tool, say for example flat, and I'm going to say continue travel. Continue travel, continue travel, continue travel. That's again fear, okay? Chicken knows flag it's a good friend. I don't teach horse like that. Again, if I'm gonna take a whip and start to teach horse travel forward motion with fear, I didn't say you're not allowed to use whip. You can use whip, nothing wrong with that, but you just have to know how to use it. The same energy, but positive energy. Then horse will gonna understand this. So that's respecting your space. That's gonna transfer again to what? In hand communication. Horse will gonna stay far away. It's invisible lunge line. So again, forward motion, turn outside. So that's our line right here, okay? I'm sorry, baby, I don't mean it. That's a line right here, right now, okay? That's a horse shoulder. Step away from me, don't come towards me. So if this shoulders right here, right now, if I'm gonna stay beside the shoulders, we're gonna travel forward motion. Not gonna stay 45 degrees towards the shoulders. Horse are gonna start to keep shoulders away from me. Okay? So that's very important to understand. I'm sorry, baby. That's very important to understand how to use your body language. Forward motion, shoulder. You truly have to cross. Forward, forward. That's my energy. That's my energy. You see my energy going here and my energy going this direction. So we cover the space, we cover how to fix our communication with horse when horse travel forward motion in bridle, in the halter and rope. So horse have to understand travel to the left consistent and consistently. Use your proper body language. Again, everything starts from the round pen. Okay? And we right now try to find why it's causing this problem, why we have problem in hand communication. Another thing, we start to develop this second part what we practice, we start to develop to move the shoulders away from us in the forward motion and develop this balance and coordination beside the panels. So horse will learn how to travel in forward motion and control this distance between you and the horse. So horse not leaning inside. So we're covering so many things in this forward motion. If you can see all the time, when I finish education, Chica stop and face and stay still. Okay? So we're going to talk right now about stay still, stop and face step. Without forward motion, again, without forward motion, horse will never going to stop and stay still. Okay, because horse not understand differences between forward motions and not understand differences between stay still. So now I'm going to say, Russ, why your horse never come to you? Why horse staying all the time at panel? That's how I teach my horses. That's simple. I'm not allowed my horses come to me. I don't teach my horse in round pen join up. And I explain why. Because if I'm going to explain you. Horse all the time in surviving mode, all the time. That's how Mother Nature designed the horse, all the time survive. So say, for example, I teach horse to travel around me in a circle. Run, 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 throw lasso in the hindquarters, pick up the whip, run, dominate. Horse physically travel forward motion. And after when horse stop running, I turn my back and let my horse come towards me. And horse staying beside me. So now let's think together. How am I going to teach horse step away from me? I'm going to apply the pressure. Step away from me. Doesn't matter how we're going to apply. Shake the rope and using whip, raising your head up, hands in the air, and etc. So we just talked a second ago. Horse in surviving mode all the time. Horse looking for the relaxation. Horse wants to be all the time be relaxed, escape from the fear. So what's happening? We're confusing. It looks very beautiful and pretty when horse join up and come to you and etc. But after you teach animal to come to you, whatever horse wants to come to you. So after you start to drive horse away from you, then you're confusing animal. Horse not understand. You just allowed me to come to you because you dominate me. That's that simple. You dominate the horse. Physically, everything what we're doing with horse is domination. Even what I'm doing, that's domination. Everything what we're doing with horse is domination. But it's a miscommunication here. You let horse to come to you, whatever horse wants to come to you, enough you drive physically away from you. So why we cannot teach horse to stay where I ask you to stay still? Don't come to me. Be relaxed right there. I can come towards you. Accept me, please. Okay? Accept me, please. That's a stop and face and forward motion. That's going to transfer to in hand communication when horse not going to lean towards you all the time. That's what's happening in hand communication. If you let your horse to come to you in round pen, that's going to be exactly the same in lunge line. Then you're going to shake the rope. Then you're going to walk with your energy. Then you're going to tap your horse, and etc. So again, miscommunication. So when I'm going to put halter on the horse, I'm going to pick up the halter and ask the horse come to me. That's my goal. I want a horse truly accept me and understand differences. When she allowed, accept me, stay still, and when I allowed you to take her and walk with me. Okay? If horse gonna come towards you all the time, whatever you decide, random education, run around, random physical movement. Gait, gonna be exactly the same problem. Horse all the time gonna be on top of you. Stall, gonna be exactly the same. Tucking the horse, gonna push you against the wall. Lunging, come on top of you. Then we're gonna start to shake the rope, then we're gonna, doesn't matter what we're gonna do. We can create head-shy horses, very up horses, pulling back horses, horses refusing come towards you in a paddock. Because horse not understand differences, excuse me, when she allowed to come to you, when she not allowed to come to you, or stay far away from you, because you just let her, and after you drive away from her. Don't make sense. So if you, and we took this education from the herd of the animals. Say, for example, one mare, she's staying, or any horse staying eating hay, and another horse circling and circling and circling and circling. Or herd of the animals, another horse wants to go to the herd and circling and circling and circling. And one horse send a signal body language, you allowed to come in. He put tail underneath, he can come and he can stay there. But now this horse gonna say, please go away. You're gonna kick again, horse. So then after horse afraid this horse, he never gonna come near this animal because he again gonna be confused. I just circle and circle and circle. She allowed me to come, and now she kicked me out, or he kicked me out. I better gonna stay far away. And that's what's happened, communication between us and our horses. Okay, so horse truly, and that's going to be in hand communication. I'm spending a lot of time with young colts just to stay like this. Forward motion, forward motion, forward motion, stop and stay still. That's what we'll go and teach horse to patience, relaxation, under saddle after. That's my future goal. Sit under saddle and horse staying still. Mount the horse, tag the horse. Go to the stall, horse staying still. Put horse on a cross tie, stay still, not dancing, not prancing. And final goal, in hand communication, lunging. Stay far away from me. So I'm not going to lunge you, that's invisible lunge. Horse going to lunge line. Horse come to me, I'm going to say, please step away from me. I lost whole communication. I lost balance, lost coordination, I lost everything. Anxiety exists and etc. So we're going to point energy, forward, forward, forward. More energy, more energy, more energy, more energy. Continue travel, continue travel. And now we're going to say stop and stay still. And horse have to stay still. That's invisible launch line right now. Okay, invisible launch line. She's staying still, she's not leaning inside, she travel forward motion, she developing balance, she not leaning inside, she stop and stay still. So all these things we're going to transfer to the lunging. And if I don't accomplish this, again, young colt lost her mind. I'm going to say, Chica, please come back to me. Again, forward motion, more energy. Again, more energy. Right here. Instead, move your shoulder. Right there. And stay still. So all the time, young horses you have to remind. And for young horses, it's very hard to maintain this consistency in the brain. Okay? And be all the time staying and pay attention. So let's take all this knowledge what we've done right now here, okay? And we're going to transfer to our in-hand communication and see if we can accomplish exactly the same in a launch line. So again, in this young age, horse have to stay still and wait for me. When I put halter, that's again, travel forward motion, stop and face, not lean inside, not lean outside, be balanced, have a patience. So when I walk towards the horse in this young age, I don't have to worry to put halter in the horse, and the horse is going to start to run away from me. And I do this million times, right here. She tried to follow me. How am I going to fix that? I'm not going to raise my hand up and etc. I'm going to release my halter and I'm going to say, forward motion, step away from me. And I'm going to bring her again. Fix your shoulders, fix your shoulders, fix your shoulders, fix your shoulders. And I'm going to remove this. So I'm not increasing the energy by raising my hands up or driving horse forward. I have my tools, consistent forward motion and stop and face. So I can apply this if young horse going to do mistake like this. I'm going to apply a million times that if I have to in this session till horse going to develop this consistency in the brain and stay beside me, not beside me, far away from me. So anytime if I try to put halter on and I start to walk away from my horse and horse start to follow me, I again let horse to come with me whatever she wants, whatever she decides. So eventually she's going to push me. She allowed only come to me when I'm going to ask her to come with me and start to travel with me. That's the only way she allowed when I ask her to come with me. So if I'm going to put her back, say for example, right here. So if I decide to release my horse and stay still right here, by herself, when I put halter, she have to stay still and she not allowed to come to me because I don't ask her to come to me. So only horse allowed to come to me, whatever I'm going to ask her to come to me, okay? I'm going to give you example why I teach that. Say, for example, I'm roping from the horse. Or say, for horse have to stay still when I dismount the horse and running towards the calf. Say, for example, I'm working in a ranch with cows and I have to doctor the cow. I have to leave horse to stay still in the field and walk towards the cow. Horse have to stay still and not to walk towards me. Horse talking the horse everything. So horse truly have to have this understanding When I'm going to bring you towards me, you have to come to me, or you have to stay still. So reason behind, so we can use this, so it can be useful on education, daily education, and a daily life routine with our horses. So let's apply all this education right now through this in-hand communication when we connect with halter and we connect with rope. Big mistake we're doing with our horses when we teach horse travel forward motion. When horse travel forward motion and try to cut our space, we stepping backwards and walking with our horses in a circle backwards to launch the horse. So we have to imagine we're staying still, we're not allowed to move, okay? Exactly the same like we done in a round pen. Or we have to travel in a forward motion towards the shoulders. If horse, with our energy, if horse completely not travel in forward motion, okay? So I'm gonna apply this and see how this is gonna work. So first of all, I'm gonna point, okay? Second of all, I'm gonna clock. If horse not understand, I'm gonna apply my energy. If horse not gonna understand, I'm gonna use my wall. Exactly the same like we done in-hand communication. So horse will understand right now, just step forward, okay? We're not concentrating yet, so horse will gonna step sideways and start to walk away from us, okay? So we have to, again, when we educate the horse, we have to break everything into pieces so horse will truly understand. So again, I'm gonna point, pay attention to my body, leaning. I already give a signal. She not travel forward motion, I'm going to say energy, 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 wall, wall. She travel forward motion. I'm going to say very good, stop, and stay still, okay? And that's what Jan Colesville going to do. I want you can see all that and how to work through that. So again, point, lean, energy, energy. She done mistake. I'm going to say wall, continue travel forward motion. And again, so even she done couple steps, that's fine. We want to develop consistent immediately. That's what we want. Because again, I'm going to show, if I'm going to go after her, she's going to pull, and it's going to be a big problem, okay? So again, we have to develop, we're taking our methods from the ramp. And you're going to say, Russ, but we can accomplish this in lunch line. We don't have to have round pen. And you're absolutely right. You can accomplish this in a lunch line. But you're going to struggle much more, and animal going to struggle much more. Everything in life have preparation and connection with methods and steps to accomplish to the final result. Okay? Everything possible to accomplish fast, boom, slam, damn, done. Okay? It's possible. But whole goal of education with horses take all this fear and frustration away from the animal. So again, point. That's very good. That's what I want to see. Okay? She went. What we're teaching? Consistent. We're not teaching travel around me. We're teaching understand. We took our understand travel, just travel, direction what I ask you to travel. We took this round pen and put it in this brain. Mirror of our education, what we done around pen, we're going to get exactly the same in hand communication. So again, point, clock, energy, energy. Pay attention where the shoulders go. I'm going to say wall, continue travel. Wall, 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 continue travel. Continue travel and stop. I say very good. Chica, you done very good job. And I'm going to release and stay still. Patient relaxation. Now I'm going to say, Russ, why horse not leaning towards you? Mirror of the round pen education. Stop and face. If I let my horse to come towards me all the time, that's what she will gonna come towards me all the time. Then I'm gonna start to apply the whip, stick, shake the rope, and etc. And I'm gonna have anxiety on the horse. Shake. It's a, how am I gonna explain? It's a random physical movement without preparation, without education. You're not allowed to come to me. I'm going to shake this chin, so you're going to step away. We're creating discomfort again, okay? or horse not gonna come towards me, I'm gonna say, please step away. That's again a random physical movement without preparation, education at all. And horse gonna maintain and listen that and understand this. But our goal again, to take methods and link them together so we're gonna have final result. So again, point, energy, 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 energy. Pay attention her nose. She put her nose to the right. She refusing. If I'm going to say, you have to do it, I'm going to again create the problem. So what I'm developing right now, mental abilities and my own patience. So she will start to understand, this guy have consistency. I'm going to accept him as a leader. I'm going to accept him education, and I'm going to maintain my brain's education. I'm going to put this library in my brain. Okay, so she's going to travel for motion because she understands mentally, not because she's going to apply from the travel for motion from the pressure, from the fear, from the anxiety. So again, point. Okay, stop right here. It's a windy day right now, little bit. So again, point. Energy, 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 continue travel. That's what I want to see. So now, I'm going to say continue travel. So I'm staying again. Stop right here, Chica. If I'm going to try launch you right now and go behind the hips right here, okay, pay attention to the horse. Okay? Pay attention to the rope. So that's anxiety. That's animal moving only because of the fear, nothing to it. Okay? You will never going to develop again if you take a drone from the top. Horse going to travel 45 degrees, hips going to be outside, lean with front shoulders. Again, everything falling apart. You're not developing balance and coordination in the launch line. You just, like a Mad Max, I all the time repeat this, you're just running. What point of this? Just what point of that? Okay? How you can transfer this to go through the obstacles in the launch line? How are you going to transfer that to riding? I don't see that. I don't see that at all. So again, point, energy, 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 continue travel. So pay attention to the rope right now. Okay? Pay attention to the speed on the horse. Pay attention to the horse, how horse traveling. Relax, and young horse right here, and stop and stay still. Why horse not leaning inside? Because we done turn outside. It's a mirror of education in the round pen. So say, for example, we practice in the round pen and practice in the round pen and practice in the round pen, and horse still leaning inside. You don't practice enough in the round pen. You say, Russ, I practice enough in round pen. And I believe you, you practice enough in round pen. So let's put this, our turn outside, to the use here in the launch line. So if I'm going to stay here and say continue travel, if she going to say, for example, take her shoulder, this left shoulder, and I am staying right here, that's X. And she takes this left shoulder and she travel right here. How am I going to move this left shoulder right here? My body language. So forward, 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 forward. You see where a horse continue going? Away from me. Forward motion, move the shoulders. Forward motion, move the shoulders. Okay? So horse have to truly understand right now how horse gonna start forward motion. Start forward motion. Okay? So again, you have to be here very gentle, very consistent, because if I'm gonna do this, this, and this, again, gonna be disaster. Okay? Horse not gonna maintain the education. So I'm gonna say forward, forward, energy, move. You see where the shoulders go? Away from me. So it's all about body language. Forward, step away from me. Forward, step away from me. So if horse gonna continue lean, what am I gonna do next? Step away from me. That's very simple, because That's a body language, that's communication. Forward, 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 step away from me. You see where my horse ended up? My horse ended up beside the round pen panel. That's my turnout. Again, that's a mirror of my education in a round pen. If I don't accomplish that in round pen, I'm gonna explain you what's gonna happen. So again, forward motion. So horse gonna lean towards me. Next, what we're gonna do, we're gonna say, step away. You see what's happening? Whole energy rised up, and horse gonna get upset. So we have to, come here, baby. We have to, I'm sorry, I don't mean it. We have to truly develop this right here. She leaning towards me. So what I'm doing is say move, 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 standing back and say, chica, stay very far away. So in this particular moment, I'm going to stop and explain. If horse going to lean towards me, I again have a cue to ask horse step away from me and stop and face and stay still. But say, for example, I teach her to lunge, and she coming towards me, and I'm going to say, please step away from me. That's anxiety. If she's going to lean inside, and I'm going to say, step away from me, that's anxiety. That's a random physical movement on the mental brain without preparation. That's simple. So if she leaning inside towards me when I don't ask her, my cue gonna be step, step, wall, 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 wall. She confused right now, and I'm gonna say, come back, stop, and stay still again here. So anytime horse gonna lean towards me, I have my previous education. Forward motion, move my shoulders, and again, stop and stay still. You're going to say, Russ, how you teach your horse to step away from you when you lunge? That's how I teach my horse to step away when I lunge. How you teach your horse not to crowd your space in a paddock, in a stall when you're feeding the horse, in a cross tie. That's how I teach my horse. Stop and face in the round pen. And spend tons of time. Transfer to in-hand communication, when horse learn how to stay still. When I'm going to start to put saddle first time in the horse, I'm going to have preparation, other work. Horse going to stay still and I'm going to put saddle on the horse. Again, mirror of my education. Okay? I'm going to give you a very interesting story. Once I've been in a trade show, I think it was in California. And I talked to one horseman, amazing horseman, amazing. And we started talking about, and he asked me about, Russ, why you start calling discovered philosophy methodology in round pen, and because round pen was discovered before you. I said yes, but I find my philosophy in my methods in round pen and links how they connect to the final performance level of the horses. And I asked him the question. We have conversation and etc. about this. I'm not going to share all conversation, but I asked him question. I asked him, how long you spent in a round pen with your horse? He said, maybe maximum 1 day, 2-3 hours. That's it. I said, what's your reason behind? So I can put halter on the horse. So right now, let's please be honest to ourselves. What, when you're going to run the horse in a circle, join up and put halter, sneak your energy, go sideways, rub the horse, put halter. What next begin after all that? Horse know how to travel forward motion? No. Horse know how to balance coordination? No. Horse know how to stay still? No. Horse know how to accept the human when you walk to horse? No. Horse can accept how to put saddle? No. Horse understands speed control? No. So after this, they become a road deer. So in our education, and it's nothing wrong. Everybody have their own technique and his methods and etc. In our business, when we educated horses, we're spending from 25 to 1.5 months in a round pen with horses till horses develop. Consistency in the brain, physics, balance, coordination, understand body language, voice command, energy, confidence. Then we take round pen and away and we transfer this to in-hand communication and spending again 1 month on in-hand communication. Then we're going to take again 1 month to develop confidence, solid mind. Then we finish foundation program. So my question, how long it's a loan? 3 months it's a loan to start the animal or educate before you mount the horse first time, or it's too fast? Or we're starting horses in 3-4 days, riding them, and after we're suffering for all their life with our horses and fix the problems. So reality, in my philosophy, again, I just share with you because I think this message have to be sent to the world, and we have to take our time with horses and not to rush them and teach them so methods will connect to each other. So we learn, so help the horse mentally to understand what we want. So we learn, so when horse travel forward motion, first body language, energy. So now we're going to say travel consistently around me. Point, energy. You see, remember this mistake she done around pen? She wants to stop all the time. That's a mirror of my education, what's happening in the lunch line. Prime example, right here, what's happening. Okay? So if she's going to stop like this right now and she refusing, can I go after her? No. I'm going to say, I'm going to be very deliberate. And right here, I'm going to travel. So now I'm going to say, continue travel. So I'm going to pay attention on her shoulders. Anytime she want to stop, I set energy. Anytime I see the snows come inside, I set energy. So I develop right here again, energy. So right here, energy. I all the time pay attention to her body language because exactly the same education will be in the round pen. And now I'm going to say stop and stay still. So you see differences? So everything what done in the round pen show right here. And I'm not different than anybody else. She done mistake there. She all the time wants to stop. She not travel consistently. She show me exactly the same problem in-hand communication. She don't finish round pen education yet, discover philosophy methodology round pen. She in discover philosophy methodology in round pen still. But I will just show you how this problem is going to show you right here. Okay? So I hope this video helpful to you. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to contact me, ask me. I wrote a book about discard philosophy methodology in round pen. And we all the time trying to improve our methods. So it's going to be much easier for horse mentally to accept education and physically also. So again, I hope this video helpful. You enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for your time. You took time and give me opportunity, listen my philosophy methodology and watch this video. Thank you so much.